Alrighty, sorry about that. If it's anything like a little different, because it's a bit of a fucking last recording. I do apologize for anything that's scruffed. But yeah. So basically, we got some more interesting little stuff. Interesting little bits and bobs of y'all that you're seeing over here. So in terms of our internal structures, we are going to basically, more or less consolidate whatever we got over here. Integrating our stuff over into here and doing whatever it is really that makes this interesting really. If we got a whole sort of shit we got going on. It's I'm sorry, I said like a bunch of things over last over here and I can't remember what it was over here, so I do apologize if things aren't, if I'm forgetting some shit over in here, because I don't know what the hell happened there in the last recording, but it did happen, so who knows. So yeah, basically we're gonna be focusing all of our stuff over here to try and get ourselves truly a Republic of Labor and Virtue. And while that's going on over into here, like, we're probably gonna spend some time liberating some of the other stuff over here, maybe in Asia, and let's say France over here as well, over here. Because both of our leaders are going to be, well, we know Tote's going to be dead because he's going to sacrifice himself on the altar in Berlin. And Mayakovsky would rather die in a glorious battle rather than become like an old geriatric man. So yeah, I feel like a split at the very least would occur due to that over in here, because like differences like between like the factions over in here. Like we still got the League still there, but we've also probably got like the True Revolutionary Front. I don't hear because that's something over here, Revolutionary Front. We'd be the True Revolutionary Front over here. We are the True Revolutions. For the avant-garde state. When they are like, like all that. But very much an interesting little thing we got going on over there. At least I'm interested to see exactly how that's gonna pan out. Because there's a whole bunch of possibilities really that can occur depending on circumstances. At least to me. Because ultimately could see like shit different depending on how things are going on over into here. But at the very least over here in there, at the very least these states that we got going, definitely gonna get caught in the crossfire depending on how this is gonna be over here. But yeah, in terms of us over here, we're probably, at least the Republic of Labor and Virtue, are definitely gonna be trying to like clean up all these reactionaires over into here. And if you see that. We go to Asia. Now if you need Americas over in here, because we got whatever the hell this is. Yeah, America's an interesting little spot over in there, because I don't really see them forming alliance with Japan. Because we'll probably, get involved with that shit. But I could see them backing the avant-garde state over here for being the less extreme of the two over here. I want to get into the good graces because they seen them. No. Basically just take over the UK's territory over here and even get a little bit of Quebec over here. So they definitely could be trying to go with the lesser of two evils in that scenario. Because they basically just stayed by themselves over in here, not get involved over here. In that scenario, they probably will side with the France over the lesser two, because we are just full-on futurist communists over here, while we are, whatever game under Bataille would be like surrealist stuff over here. Well, it definitely would be a very strange compared to like them over here. They would view them as they would similarly view the Republic of Labor Virtue to the USSR in our timeline. So there definitely could be quite an interesting little conflict over here, little Cold War stuff over here. I don't think it would just be the Republic of Labor and Virtue in the US stuff over here. I feel like France maybe would want to do its own thing over here, rather than because we did help them out over there. We did save their asses really, but I feel like over here they would definitely be a little. They probably definitely would be a little bit stung by that realistically, because they'll definitely be trying to recruit from that one over here and try to figure exactly how that's gonna be and get things, you know, maybe both off a lot more over here and probably, you know, try to compete with, you know, Mayakovsky in terms of like the technological industrialization from here, just rapidly going on to that. In terms of us over here, we definitely got on that, you know. Mayakovsky definitely be heralded as a demigod with the demiurge, yeah, over here. Religions basically, you know, curb the ground of all dominations really. Any sort of religious existence will be that was over here. And we're pretty much so just like I want the Soviet Superman. So I achieve Nietzsche's whole little thing over here, sorry for that. We're definitely gonna be doing our own little shit really. Trying to get our own little thing. We're going on in here. Well, we build ourselves up over here as good as we can. We got all that shit over here. Ain't no building ourselves up over here really. So we don't have a proper coal. Because we got stuff over here, oh yeah. And as part of our industrialization over here, we're prospecting the shit out of these resources. In various form of exploration over here, we are definitely going to become quite the industrial powerhouse over in here. With maybe the US being able to capture us over in here, especially considering that we have like a building taller than the Empire State Building. But I feel like the US definitely could, you know, try and take a bit of a playbook over here, try and maintain our own little fucking thing over here. See, they would be like, look how great the fellow that live with virtue is over here. I'd be like, nah, look at us, we're better than to over in there. French would be like, hey, yo, want some of that art shit? Come with us over here. So yeah, there definitely could be like a little three-way quarrel between these three nations and over here. And I feel like at the very least, America would choose the lesser two evils in their eyes, which would be France. We'll be interested to see how that time could play out over in here. There's all sorts of interesting little scenarios that could be done over in here. I feel like America would definitely, you know, maybe try to expand the influence just a little bit over in here to make sure that they aren't completely alone over here. Maybe broker some alliances really with some other nations really. And maybe, you know, do something like with Japan really. Probably potentially theoretically, who knows? The other guy shit. These scenarios as a whole are definitely got a hold on all this, so yeah. Then we use a potential. So yeah. I'm gonna mean this off over here though, because I said like a bunch of shit over here and I don't want to throw it over here, so yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened with the last recording though, so I do apologize if this actual report isn't up to stuff over in here. So a bunch of shit over here on the fucking thing, yeah, anyways. Tell us, see you guys, whenever it is I'm going to be doing over here. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, actually. I have an idea, but we'll see. Till then, see you later. Bye.